afternoon, crochet crew. Today we are going to make a Dragonscale shawl. I've just finished making a beautiful version of this, as you would have seen in the opening shots. It's a purple, blue and black version. It was made with hobby cotton yarn from their Halloween yarn collection. This version though is going to be this gorgeous orange. This yarn came from a trial yarn haul that I bought from Temu. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never bought yarn from Temu before. I was very, very pleasantly surprised. This is a superwash merino. It came in a 200-gram skein. I have wrapped it into this ball because I don't have my wool winder with me. So we'll have to have a ball will have to do. So we're going to use this. It's a double knit, so I'm also going to be using a 4.5mm hook. And that is pretty much what you need, apart from the extras like scissors and a tapestry needle, that kind of thing. But for the actual crochet part, hook, yarn, and you're good. Let's get started. So we are going to start this with a simple slip knot. Place that on your hook, and we're going to chain 3. Oops, tighten that. We're going to chain 3. So grab your yarn, pull through, grab your yarn, pull through, grab your yarn and pull through. So you've got 3 chains on your hook. Excuse me. So we are then going to do a double crochet into the very first chain. So double crochet means we wrap the hook once, hook goes into the chain, we grab the yarn, pull it through. So you've got 3 loops on your hook, you grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through the remaining 2 loops. Now you can tighten that bottom chain. So from there, as you can see, I'll pull that closer, you have got 2 little bars, okay? And that is what we're going to create our first Dragonscale with. So we're going to start by chaining 3, and that is going to count as your first double crochet. Okay, and we are then going to complete 5 more double crochets. So we will wrap the yarn around our hook, go into that gap between the 2 bars, grab the yarn, pull through, so 3 loops on your hook, you grab your yarn, pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull through 2. Now if you continue doing that 5 more times, and I will be right back. Sorry, so I said 5 more times, that was incorrect. So including that chain 3 that you've got at the top of there, you need to have 6 double crochets going down. Okay, so we're then going to chain 1 and then turn your work. So you're going to work up the other bar, which is the original chain 3 that you did to start the project. And up there we are going to crochet 6 more double crochets. So yarn over hook into the gap, grab your yarn, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull through 2. Now I'll do that 5 more times. I'll do that with you. So that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Sorry, replace my hands, maybe you can see them a bit better. Okie dokie, so that is your first Dragonscale. Isn't she pretty? Okay, so now we are going to do another setup row, which is going to create the bars that you're going to create your next Dragonscales into. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into that same stitch we're going to work 1 double crochet. like so. Okay, you're then going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to do 2 double crochets into this gap here. Okay, so 1 and 2. You're then going to chain 2 again, and into this very first stitch here, the top chain of your chain 3 from your dragon scale, you're going to do 2 double crochets. So into there, and 1, 2. So as you can see, you have now created 3 little bars going down. So let's work on our next dragon scales, okay? So we're going to, as we started the first dragon scale, we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then down this bar here, we are then going to work 5 more double crochets for a total of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just get some more yarn. Okay, we're then going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work there, and we are now going to work 6 double crochets into up that bar there, so into that gap and up that one there. So I like to fold my work over like so and work like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can fold it back, and you can see you've got another dragon scale. Okay, from this point we are going to chain 1. Okay, and we're going to skip these middle bars here and work on the end one here. So you're never going to work into these stitches in the middle of a dragon scale. You're only ever going to work into the stitches at the end. Okay, so we chained 1. We're then going to turn our work, and we're going to work 6 double crochets into this stitch here. So it's a little bit fiddly at first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to do 6 double crochets back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there you have it. You have created 2 more dragon scales. All right, let's go into the next row. Okay, so the next row is to create the bars for your next round of dragon scales. Okay, right, so to start this round we are going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and into that same stitch we're going to do 1 double crochet. Okay, we're going to chain 2 and work 2 double crochets into the middle of this stitch here. 1 and 2. Sorry, I've got a cat's hair on my finger. Look at that. Okay, and then we're going to chain 2 and we're going to work 2 double crochets into this chain 1 that we did between these 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2, and then 2 more chains, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the middle of this stitch, 1 and 2, and then chain 2 again, and finally 2 double crochets into that top chain of the previous round. 1 and 2. And there you have it, you're set up to do your next round of dragon scales. So I'll work this round with you. So we'll chain 3 to start this off. 1, 2, 3, and that counts as your first double crochet of the first of the 6 that go down this side. So we're now going to double crochet 5. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, drop that stitch. Let me do that again. 3, 4, and 5. So that's 6 double crochets we have here, including the chain 3. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to do 6. We're going to fold it just so we can get into that double crochet easily. Do 6 double crochets up this side. 1, 2, I hate when the yarn splits like that. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we're then going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then we're going to skip these 2 double crochets in the middle here and work into the one at the edge of the previous chain. So we're going to do a double crochet into that stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then I like to, as before, I like to fold it over at that stitch there so I can easily get into that stitch, and 6 double crochets up this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. We're going to chain 1 and get some more yarn, and turn our work, and 6 double crochets into this stitch. So 1, oops, 2, oh no, that was close. Let's get that right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1, turn our work, and then 6 double crochets up the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. I'm going to take this off my hook. So those are our next dragon scales. So as you can see, we started off, we turn this over, we started off with the 2 bars that we created this stitch from, this dragon scale at the bottom. And then we moved on to creating 3 bars, 3 sets of 2, okay? So 3, 1 in the middle that gets skipped, and then 2 this side, which created these 2 dragon scales, okay? And then finally we created 5 sets of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which created these 3 dragon scales. So every time, every dragon scale row will increase by 1 dragon scale, and every setup row essentially will increase by 2 sets of 2 double crochets. So just remember, the ones in the middle of the bars in the middle of the stitches get skipped each row, and you can keep going and make this as big as you would like it to be, or as small as you like it to be. If you really wanted to, you could stop here. I don't know why you would, but you could. All right. So that is the pattern. It repeats, like I said, for as long as you want it to. Keep going. Please show me the projects that you make. I would love to see them. As always, if you have any questions, DM me, comment, whatever. I'll happily answer any questions that you have. If you enjoy this tutorial, I don't know why I started there, but if you enjoy this tutorial, please subscribe, like, comment, share, all of the buttons, all of the things. I love making these tutorials, and I hope you love watching them. Good luck, and please show me what you make. Happy crocheting!